Okay. Hi, everybody.
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, okay.
I have just not done a sound check because life. So let me know how things sound.
Can
If we're
you
too
hear
loud,
us?
too quiet? Hello, everybody in chat. Welcome to AfterQuest, Session 0 of the Nobles of Waterdeep campaign. I'm Dan Stacy, and you're about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and digital dice to tell a good story. As we begin Session 0, we will be talking setting, characters, all that good stuff. Thank you. They say they hear you. Rex hears you, King.
Oh.
And I don't have much else to say. Yeah, I think that's it.
We had
So-
no other announcements? That seems weird.
I know. No.
Trying to think. No,
really.
we don't.
We
Movie
said
night.
hello to K9 Cop. That's true. I just
Yeah.
put up movie night. So if you want to become a part of the ever-growing force, known as Avenue Studios, and join our movie nights, we'll be watching The Dark Crystal this month. So
I actually never seen that one.
really, I have never
Wow.
seen it in full because I keep falling asleep.
I love
when we
it.
watch
Is it good? All right.
See, I remember watching it like 5 or 6 times in my aunts, but I can't remember any of it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Looking
You gotta
forward to
join
it then.
in, and then of course October will be Over the Garden Wall. So,
Woot woot.
and we will have a special guest from Adam from the Inner Planet Crossroads. Check him out on YouTube and Around the Hearth. We're recording that one soon.
Awesome. All right.
So,
So
take it over, Jacob.
does that mean that we're starting?
I think so.
Oh, I'm so
Awesome.
nervous.
We're here. They're here.
Oh.
Hey!
Everybody's here.
Scrat's here. Hi, Scrat. What's up? From A Squirrel Plays. Check him out on YouTube too.
All right. So welcome viewers to Session 0 of AfterQuest Nobles. Hence the hat.
Woo.
We are all here to play some Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think we
So.
are.
That's
Chiro's
awesome.
mic is off apparently, but
Okay.
so she said, "Yay! Look at the shirt." I'll translate for her. You guys, as viewers, are here to be the cheering crowd and the fly on the wall that is watching the drama unfold. Whether it be at balls, whether it be in a back alley, whether some backstabbing, maybe I don't know. We'll see. So let me tell you the story a little bit here. The last 20 years, the world has changed quite dramatically in Faerun. After the wizards over at RFC, led by Dr. Stephen Glicker, had discovered the value of monster parts and all they can be used for, the value of gold dropped, and everybody just wanted to hunt and get monster parts. It became part of the commerce, the world commerce, the trade, what's happening in the world. Now, what's really exciting is all of a sudden territory where all the monsters were became very much needed because we gotta harvest animals, right? Creatures, beasts, all of it. So the nobles of many of the cities.
Faerun is not vegan.
No. No vegan in Faerun. Well, maybe. But so all the nobles started claiming up land in all of the cities in the area because, you know, they got to have the best hunting grounds. So that created trade and struggles there. They started really taking control of trade routes and transportations to move products of monster parts and stuff like that. It really became a very interesting place. So currently, the year is 1507. Let's just zoom in a little bit to one of the cities of Faerun. Waterdeep, the crown of the north, the city of splendor, as it prepares for its first ever Hunter Games, where many noble houses are pitted in a tournament to combat each other with their favorite captured beasts. The houses use their hunting grounds as wagers, or their transportation lines, or maybe even beasts, but definitely their hunting grounds as part of their wager. Much of the nobles from all the major cities now claim the hunting grounds, like I said. And their forces and underlings, in an attempt to gain access to strong beasts and creatures, they're all over the place. So this will allow for a lot of drama, I'm sure of it. We'll find out, right?
We can hope.
One can only hope.
Awesome. So we are here for this month-long tournament. It's a great way for the houses to gain strength, show off their titles, and generate relationships, good and bad. So for this event, Waterdeep had built a new arena with beast pens and a massive inn that sits just outside the city, awaiting the arrival of nobles and their beasts. The arena where the battles will happen has a massive area inside a magical force field, obviously to protect the viewers, right? You guys. And that whole battlefield can be altered and changed and controlled by the RFC wizards. Yellow robed with a little D20 pin. What's really cool about the battlefield is it changes every week. So it'll be a little glimpse of what's happening. But our real focus is going to be on our nobles and what they're doing while these battles are going on. So I'd like to just look at the beast pens real quick, just to kind of get you an image of what they look like. The beast pens are built to keep the beasts in and the visitors safe. Each pen, cage, or area the beasts are being kept in has a portal that can go right to the arena. Once again, it is controlled by the RFC wizards. They're wonderful people. Visitors can enjoy a stroll through the beast pens to get a good look at the creatures from each house. Of course, each house usually has employed guards at the pens to help prevent any interference with the beasts. Hear that? Be careful.
Go ahead.
All right, now just one last thing is the massive inn. The massive inn is masterfully built to be a place of wonder. The grand entrance has multiple tables covered with illusionary runes. When the tables are activated, they can display the battlefield that's currently happening, just in case maybe you didn't want to go and sit in the crowds and get thrown tomatoes at. But also, it can display the map of the hunting grounds and what wagers are being made and what ones are being traded and controlled. And we'll share that later. And then they also, if you ask one of the wizards at RFC, you can actually re-watch some of the battles. So, the next big room of notice at this inn, besides all the rooms you can sleep in, those are boring. We go to the giant, massive, gargantuan ballroom, where at the end of each week of the tournament, a feast is held for all the nobles who are participating in the games. It's a great place to practice your bragging rights, enter into wagers, or trade agreements, or maybe spike a drink. None of you are doing that, right? No promises made?
No promises were made.
Awesome. So, do you viewers and players all have an idea of what's going on around you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I just have one question. What's
Please.
RFC?
It's RFC. No.
Jake
So,
giggles at you.
well, I'm excited you ask. It actually stands for Roll for Combat. That's a company that does. They made Battles of 𝐼𝐵. They are the ones who they have their own shows and stuff too. So go check them out. They're pretty cool. Roll for Combat.
Yes.
Stephen Glicker is one of the writers for Battles of 𝐼𝐵. It's some of the stuff we're using. You'll see later on. So, but they're just called RFC.
I gotta add that to the description, so
Okay.
after a stream that'll be in there.
Rage Fire Chasm. Looking for a healer. Thank you, Chris Cousin. Awesome. So now we're going to focus on your guys' house. Yes? You guys ready?
hope so.
Or do you want to do characters first? This is where I leave it to you guys a little bit.
I like the idea of the overview of the
Yeah.
house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's so
Okay.
obviously every noble has a house
We
and
have two
exports and goods. Right now we are going to go over 2 houses, yes.
Well, we don't have to talk
We don't
about
have to.
them.
We'll leave that for the player who has to do it. So, I think we should start with Kristen. Tell us a little bit about the house of 𝐼𝐵. Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
𝐼𝐵.
We'll say right. Do you have the family tree? Is that something that we can pull up?
Yeah, give me a second. I can do that.
If you want, I
Start
can put it in Foundry.
talking,
Yeah.
I see up on that screen the link to
Yes,
it.
I see it up there too.
Oh, you need to see it.
No. I have
She
the
wants
stream.
that-
It would be
yeah.
cool
Oh,
to be
okay.
able to see it
that's
there.
the whole Google Doc. I'll actually get just.
But
the
we don't want you to
symbol
see all of our
image.
notes. So, the House of 𝐼𝐵. I'm gonna say that right. So there is mom and dad, 2 sisters, a long time little later, a brother, and do we want to get into the first sister's businesses. I feel like
Oh.
the bard should tell us about it.
Yes, minstrel, tell us a tale.
Wait, he's getting his instrument ready, trying to click some things.
Fair enough.
We'll talk about Mom in just a second.
But the House of 𝙏𝙗▏, what is their main export? That's awesome. So, from what I remember and from my notes that I have, they started off in naval, like warfare, naval protection, a lot in the water of Waterdeep. Which allowed for them to thrive pretty well with the monster parts because they were able to get a little bit of control within that. So their biggest export to this point of the change of the world was naval combat, naval protection, stuff like that. If that's an export, sure, why not?
It's a service.
It's a service, yeah. But since the monster part changing, they have become quite well known in gathering these parts. That's what we decided. So that is the House of 𝙏𝙗▏'s export and goods as of right now. But they also have a small labor force. They have units all over the place. We will share that map later, where they have scouts looking for majestic creatures, because obviously we want to find the rarest of the rare beasts.
I have the family tree sort of up on stream. It might be hard to see.
Okay.
I might hide this, and I'll work on having that for next time.
Yep. What we can do next time is actually put it right in Foundry too, so that we can just view it there.
Good.
So, the House of 𝙏𝙗▏ has quite a few members, right? They're growing.
Yeah.
They are doing well for themselves. This is a time for them to shine. So let's see how they handle it. Now, who is the leader of the House of 𝙏𝙗▏ right now?
That would be Lucius 𝐼𝐵 II.
Okay.
So Lucius 𝐼𝐵 II is the Duke at this point, married to Eleanor Gwendolyn, and they have their daughter Mara Beth and Hannah Eleanor, and then they also have the son farther along, Lucius 𝐼𝐵 III. And so Mara Beth married Cullen
Moore. It doesn't
Moore.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, what is that middle name?
Dear
So,
God.
so the Moores own the trade route, kind of, right? They were part of the shipping.
Yeah, because we were looking at the map. Sorry, this is session 02. You were talking about how you saw a spot where there was a place. So that's why I was thinking the Moors were in that hunting ground area.
Perfect.
So we needed that. That's what's gotten us with the monster parts. That connection to the Moors has gotten us access to some prime hunting ground.
Yep.
Which, that's what Lucius II really succeeded at doing.
He really was the one that brought us into nobility.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mara Beth and Cullen had Caspian first.
Yep.
And I'll let you go.
Very shortly after. In what would you say? A moment of bad judgment?
Yeah, moment of bad judgment, franticness, mania, something of that nature.
She found herself with an elf and had an Irish twin with her first son.
Irish half-twin.
Irish half-twin. So, 2 babies in 1 year, 2 daddies. We've got a half-brother elf. And it almost ruined everything with the Moors. Until Lucius II was able to get the second daughter, Hannah, betrothed, very young.
To another
ends up-
Moor.
To another Moor, which means also the loss of connecting with any other noble family. So, both the daughters were married to Moors. Since then, they've come back around. Marbeth's seemingly settled down. We don't know who the elf was. We know the elf was from another noble house.
There's only one elven noble family.
So we have our guesses.
We have our guesses.
But part of it was too Cullen Moore who was Mara's husband that she cheated on, he really stepped up and said he would take in the half-elf child. Our family took the half-elf child and he raised it. He said he was going to make everything work. So between him and Hannah and what she did in marrying Redmond, another Moor, really kept things from falling apart completely.
And who's that half elf? What's their name?
Who is it?
I don't know. I just wrote somebody's character.
How do you say it?
So that would be
I wasn't sure if you had decided 100%. Isdrith?
Isidru.
Isidru.
You'll be going by
Close.
Drew for short.
I was gonna say
I
Isdru.
love that.
Isidru.
Isidru.
Okay.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure, but
Yeah.
perfect.
That's always.
Is that an elvish name?
I have no idea.
That's like a,
It is now in this world.
That's like a bold choice to just straight up like.
I like it.
It's great.
It fits in.
I think I just collided some letters together and it created a word and I went with it.
That's the
Sounds
best.
like an elvish name.
Well, I was asking more from your mother's perspective, but
I mean, to be fair, he was named before she came back.
Okay.
So by
That's
taking the
fun.
name and then being adopted into the family, and then of course the stepfather, taking the role and such, it was just one of those. They're just gonna own what just happened.
Yep. That's fun too, though. That means probably the heads of the elven noble house had a say in what was going on, because she was with them for a little bit. It's still spicy.
I love it.
So Mara and Cullen did end up having more children later, once they had
Yeah, it
figured out
took
everything.
a decade to
So who is that? That's Gwendolyn
Work things
and
out.
Flynn.
Yep.
And they're how young? They're young.
Gwendolyn's has to be like 12,
She's in marriage
13,
age, right?
At least
I thought
betrothal stage.
She's in betrothal
Yeah.
stage. And then there's little Flynn.
And then little Flynn. Yeah.
And Hannah and Redmond have
a lot of
a
children.
lot of children.
A lot of children.
Hannah was the more compliant sister.
She does. She's the middle child that does what needs to be
Does what needs to be done and had a lot of children.
done.
She did what needed to be done.
Got busy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this
So-
house is growing. I mean, the House of 𝐼𝐸𝐵𝐸 has really put themselves on the map, not just for battlegrounds or hunting grounds, but
And I always thought too that Hannah was kind of considered like the perfect child, even just for the fact that she just keeps having children.
yeah. But it looks great because other houses
Yeah.
that will be named.
And the husbands, because we're more of a noble house than the Moors, the husbands came into our family, so they're brought into our family. That's why Cullen stepping up was a big deal too. He
Awesome.
felt he was part of our family now, so he's gonna step it up.
Fantastic. I love it. Any more details you'd like to share about 𝐼𝐸𝐵𝐸?
And then so they had Mara and Hannah, and then a while later, Eleanor and Lucius II kept trying to have children and were having a lot of issues and miscarriages, and then they ended up having Lucius 𝐼𝐸𝐵𝐸 III after 10 years. So his age difference compared to his nephews is actually not that great. They're only 5 years apart.
Yeah.
So there's not this huge age gap, even though Lucius III is technically their uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's not married, nor does he plan to.
So I wonder who she's playing. So that is the main house, the House of 𝐼𝐸𝐵𝐸, that we're going to be focusing on. But there are some other houses that we have wonderful relationships with.
They're so wonderful.
Fantastic.
On the surface.
On the surface, they look great. We'll get into that drama later. Stay tuned. So, Alex, would you like to describe the house at all?
Sure.
Just a little bit. You don't have to go into full detail. But
Yeah. So I am from House Navarre, which is a really old house.
Correct.
They're old money. They're old military power. They were a pretty big deal in the original formation of the nobility
Yes.
of Waterdeep. And they've just kind of stayed at that rank. So at this point, they're just kind of regarded as influential, as having a lot of resources and assets. And they were the house that sponsored House 𝙏𝙬 into becoming part of the nobility.
Yes.
They do that through, just trying to be savvy about alliances and building their own power by connecting and bringing up other people kind of underneath them.
Yeah.
They are kind of in decline a little bit because they only have 3 children in this generation, and they are all daughters.
Yeah.
So, the eldest daughter is Gwendolyn Sorcia Lisbeth Navarre. She has taken upon herself to really embrace being the iron fist that the house needs to maintain their position, to maintain the respect, and she's a very competent heavy warrior, but she also knows how to turn on the charm, and she just plays that role to a T of being perfectly ruthless but perfectly graceful about it.
Scary.
And the other 2, the middle child is quieter. She's Bethany Mafala Sabrina Navarre. She is also trained combatively, but doesn't have the same ambition and aggression that her sister has. She's more just willing to go along. She's currently unmarried, but they're in negotiations to find a house alliance for her. And then there is the youngest, Morgana Carlana Helene Navarre. And this is my character. She has not appreciated or embraced her family needs or expectations, and is something of the black sheep and rebel of the family. They tried to send her to military service for about 10 years to kind of straighten her out. And instead of coming back a distinguished officer, she came back an alcoholic and a brute. And although she's not excommunicated from her family, she can come and go from the house as she pleases, she prefers to just hang out in unsavory places in Waterdeep, just casually tarnishing her family name.
Casually?
Casually.
Yeah, that's the word I got.
Casually.
Awesome.
Because if she put too much effort and thought into it, that would be probably closer to what Gwendolyn wants.
So I'm excited to see how this comes together. This will be fun.
It'll be fun.
So the upper house, House Navarre.
Navarre.
I want to make sure I say it correctly. House Navarre is, they were doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But then the switch, not only as the lack of many children, but the switch of the trade world into monster parts left a lot of their exports and their businesses struggling. So, but they still hold, because of their name alone and the what comes behind them with the years of having such power, still holds true. And there's still a lot of houses and groups that still look up to them, including the House of 𝙏𝙬. No? Yes?
Of course.
I assume they live higher up the hill than us. So.
And that stuff always comes downhill, huh?
I imagine that at this point, although they're doing okay,
Yeah,
a lot of it is they are running off of reputation
correct.
and legacy and favors that people owe them.
Yeah, name brand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I like that.
Very, very, very nice. So, there also is a rival house. Now, we could leave it alone and describe it later, but I think a little bit of talk about the rival house is good, right?
Well, we've already kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little.
The elven house?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, there is an elven house. Now, what makes them rivals? The relationship a little bit.
Yeah.
They're on par power-wise.
So, what I was picturing is they were also growing really well during
Yes.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys, the house 𝙏𝙬
Galadris.
I'll get this right. I see them on paper. House Galadriel.
Galadriel.
That's what I'm stuck on, I think. Galadrius, right? Galadrius.
Galadris.
House
Gal.
Galadrius. No, House.
Gal
Yeah.
in a dress.
All right. So House Gallon Address. No. In all seriousness.
It's a perfect name for an elven house.
It is, yes. I know. Gallon Address. I love it. I love it. So House Galadriss. Close? Close enough?
Yeah.
Mwah.
All right. You guys know what I'm saying.
It
It's
doesn't
good.
matter.
No, the Elven House.
Yeah, those elves. Ugh.
I know, right?
And the House of 𝙏𝙬 are both climbing in ranks. They have interpersonal relationship,
Clearly.
right?
Yes.
And but they're both gaining a lot of power. And they're kind of racing to the top. Not even really necessarily known to them at this point in time. A little bit. But there's a mixture of feelings. Are they competition or are they allies? And that is a question we're going to have to answer during roleplay and game. Because it's a question I have too. Good old dice.
I think it's a question all of us have.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how it comes out.
I mean, some people have gotten along apparently
Well,
for
yeah.
a short time,
I mean, we ended up with Nick's character.
which is well worth it.
Exactly.
So I guess real quick then, if you guys are ready, do you have any other input on houses you want to put in at all? Trying to think. Any questions from chat? I haven't been
Perhaps
looking.
we should be going over our house monster.
That's what I was going to head into that next.
Sure. I think throwing out, I might have missed it paying attention to screens too, is that we are a naval house too. That's
I
one
did
of the-
say it, yes, but it
that's one
is
of the big
good.
things for
Yeah.
us.
I noticed Chad is questioning the fact that I'm playing a girl. I did not misspeak. Yes. You're welcome.
Rest
Enjoy it
assured.
while it lasts.
I love it. That's so good. Yeah, so the house was a naval house and still is primary naval house, the House of 𝙏𝙬 specifically. But obviously with that, they get a lot of trade because you can move things through water real quick, much more quickly than through land. So they've gained a lot of clout through that, but also allows them to gain access to different parts on the map because they
Right.
can get there by ship and they're not stuck taking House Navarre's main roads.
Yes, right.
So
Which was why the Moors was kind of important.
they're very important.
And then I was thinking too, we had talked about mercenaries being something in our house's assets as well, and I think that's through Lucius II. He's probably a retired adventurer in ways, so he had a lot of just connections.
Absolutely.
with mercenaries who are now growing in
Correct.
value because of monster parts.
Absolutely. And that's what I picture you guys all have. All the houses tend to have some mercenaries and monster hunters,
Right.
but they've come from the mercenary line. So that means that blood is still there. There's still that warring blood that maybe this turns into a war. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and we'll confirm Taylor was asking too. It is Faerun.
Yep.
We're in Waterdeep specifically.
Yep.
And then from there, we're kind of doing our own thing.
We twisted it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is still the same map. We will share maps later on. We do have some maps and stuff.
Let me
So,
know. I don't have Foundry up right now. You just let me know when you want to go.
I do have it up, but it's up to you. We can share that at first session too, because it kind of is fun. So that is all the details I had based on the houses. I want to hear a little description of your characters. You know, what you look like. If you were walking down the street, what is your attitude? Do you have an entourage that follows you? Things like that. Like how noble are you? How do you carry yourself through town? Do you even walk through town, or do you chariots everywhere you go? So who wants to start this? These are just, you can add to that, embellish on whatever you wish to add to that. But
I'll try to pull up the art for each
Sure.
character too.
I feel like
you know.
fearless leader.
Yeah,
Fearless.
sure.
Start.
So Lucius Alistair 𝙏𝙬 III walks around with a scowl on his face most of the time. He is okay with pleasantries, but he does not actively make conversation with anybody. He's very serious about his position in the family as being the next in line and taking care of his family and making sure that they are set. And yeah, takes his job very seriously.
I did too fast.
what does he look like?
Well, he's got messy, dark hair. Usually the frown. He has, because they're kind of like a naval-based family, he usually wears kind of more like military-esque styled things with the, what are these things called? Epaulets
Mhm.
and stuff. So yeah, and he always has his a gemstone which has their family crest kind of thing on it. So of Auroch, a rune branded Auroch.
Which we will share images of much later on. They are very cool looking, in my opinion. Think a storm buffalo.
Yes.
That's kind of how I picture it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll tie in that just a little bit here. That is what House 𝐼𝐸's beast is. That is the beast that they love, not worship, but they want to go capture one to use within the battles, and it is what represents their house. You'll see, if you guys look at the thumbnail, the golden beast, or the buffalo looking, yak looking, that's where it comes from. So,
Sorry guys, OBS can't open TIFFs apparently. So,
Big sad.
big sad.
that's all right. We can, we'll get it all up on the Foundry so that when we're sharing the map, I
was
can
gonna
share
ask
images
you
and
about
stuff.
that too.
Yeah, I just,
Put family tree on there, and
we'll do it all.
Artwork.
Yeah, we can do it absolutely all of
Yeah.
it.
You can kind of see it
I can share artwork right now.
Players in
Well, I can
Foundry.
actually, hold
That's
on,
true.
watch
Yeah,
who we
okay.
sharing right now?
Lucius.
Let me switch to.
Yep. Here, I'll just share the image. So we will open up Lucius, view the character art. There we go. Show to players.
Boom.
And you should be able to share that with our wonderful viewers, y'all. And they should be able to see that's what Lucius looks like. And I'm very excited to see how Lucius plays. I should say how Kristen plays Lucius.
It's a very anti-Kristen character, so it's very hard.
It's very
I'm
exciting.
gonna try.
Nice.
I'm excited to see you stepping out of the box. I'm very excited to see how this house, what happens within the house, within the interrelationships between other houses, and stuff like that. Next,
Yes. My character art is actually not the same one that I'm actually using.
did you update on D&D Beyond?
I
yet?
did not update in D&D
Okay.
Beyond.
So,
But I can give you a description.
well, while you get the description, I will attempt to make it work.
Okay. The one is actually in Discord. The one that I posted is the one I'm going to go with.
Yes, ma'am.
So Morgana, or Moore, as she goes by, you might not really notice her as being any different from a mercenary captain. If you were to run into her on the street,
Yeah.
you're probably going to find her in the street or in a bar or really any place kind of around Lowtown is her preferred location to hang out. She is a very tall, very buff woman.
Mm.
She has darker skin and pink hair that's sort of chopped off raggedly. She dresses well, but not neatly. So you can tell that she has well-made clothes and armor, but she doesn't have them buttoned up and fastened up the way Lucius would. She definitely has them
Stick up his butt.
open and comfortable. If she's wearing a jacket, it's definitely gonna be open, not fastened up. She does have a necklace that has her family emblem on it,
Mm-hmm.
which sort of looks like a scarab. But other than that, she doesn't really go out of her way to have any particular colors or iconography associated with her family. You're mostly just gonna find her with her boots up someplace, stomping around, looking for a fight. She's fairly friendly when it comes to engaging low-town people or commoners, or even that demographic of soldier mercenary that she blends into well and is pretty well liked in those circles. And among upper-class people, she just enjoys intentionally playing that up and getting a rise out of how much she doesn't fit in.
That's fun. That's going to be a lot of fun to play with. I'm sure you've caused some drama in all of that, right? No?
Oh yeah, like if she can make a scene, she definitely enjoys that. If other people are upset, if she ruined a party, if something like that, went down, she enjoys other people's lack of enjoyment.
Interesting.
Hey, you got it.
Did I share it? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I did not update on your D&D Beyond. You're going to have to do that for
okay,
me.
we'll do.
But
Yeah,
I got it in there and shared it. So
she otherwise has some sort of mishmash of well-made plate armor in parts, and then a large two-handed hammer is her weapon of choice.
So you walk around with that all the time.
Pretty much, because she pretty much just kind of is that sort of like ready to go if you wanted to hire me. I've got all my stuff with me kind of deal.
And one would say you've probably made friends in low places.
Exactly. Yeah,
Cool.
She probably has a lot of friends
I
in
think
low places.
networking.
The
yeah.
barkeeps, the other mercenaries that run those areas. She actually knows a lot of people that are in the lower ranks of a lot of houses.
I love it. I think that's going to come in play. I think so.
She knows a lot of where the spots are, where things go down, where things are a little bit shady, because she's totally willing to turn a blind eye to things because that's just how the town runs in certain parts.
Of course.
But she's also willing to jump in and pick a fight if somebody is being pushed around and she doesn't think they should be.
Nice.
And she doesn't care who she's picking that fight with. They could be high or low.
Yeah.
She'll punch him in the face.
Perfect. I love it. Punching people in the face. Yeah, I'll stick with it. So, Nick, who are you playing?
All right, so I am playing 𝙏𝙖𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙏𝙏 𝘕𝐸. That will be Drew for short. He grew up within the 𝘕𝐸 household. That is basically all he's known. Albeit, when growing up, he realized he was quite different. People, although some probably not intentionally, others definitely intentionally have treated him differently. Growing up in the household, being of his origins and everything like that, he's never felt like he's totally fit in. As such, he, after much convincing of his mother, finally was able to get his training from being more of a noble to that of a mercenary. He, even though he does view himself as part of the house, he does love his house but he just finds that connection really hard. And so with him, he finds a lot more solace with those who work under them, which is the mercenaries. So his armor even reflects that. It takes more of like a guard, a watchman type approach. Doesn't even wear the colors of the house, but he does wear the symbol with pride on his hat. His demeanor is that of a very outgoing and lovable type character, albeit it is one that doesn't seem to sit on any sort of ideal for very long. It is he finds the good parts of almost everyone that he can come across. However, that also means that he doesn't want to make enemies, nor does he want to enact a lot of the things that he probably should be. So it always gets in the way of his ideas and job. He goes about with his family and he treats himself more like an operative, but will stand up for the family if anything comes about.
Awesome. So you probably have a healthy relationship with a lot of the mercenaries.
Oh, yeah.
Or monster hunters in this case.
He would definitely treat him as kind of like a second family of a sort.
Yeah. Mm. Awesome. We'll see how that comes into play, too, when Kristen's character is barking orders. I don't know if she's like he. The character is a he. I don't know if he is going to be barking a lot of orders, but there's going to probably have to be a little bit of roleplay of you deciding where you want your groups of monster hunters and scouts and stuff like that. We'll get into that little bit of roleplay. It's not going to be too crazy, but I think a little bit will be healthy, especially if things start going awry and maybe there's an uprising within your own house. What? I mean, it could happen. I mean, we're playing with dice, people.
Playing with dice and a lot of family members.
Yeah, a lot of family members. It is going to be a lot of fun to do. And that brings us to our last player.
Oh, boy.
Do you know what... You ready?
Always.
Always.
I just wing it.
All right, Dan, who are you playing?
I am playing Caspian Lee 𝘕𝐸𝐵, and he is a bard build in 5th edition, and he's, for a while there, he was going to be the next heir until, right? No, you were born before me. That's right. I was thinking he almost was in that position, but you were born just in time. 5 years ahead.
You're still the backup.
You are the backup.
Drew's nodding over here already.
I mean, to be fair, he's specifically not getting married. He's going in dangerous positions. You might as well prepare.
So I guess on that note, well, never mind. We'll let that come on roleplay.
Oh dear.
I have messages to write.
Uh-oh. So Drew's very a relaxed
Drew?
type.
Yes.
I'm true. Oh my gosh.
Drew
Caspian.
is pretty relaxed.
I
though.
know.
Does he go by-
Drew's the little guy.
If he
yelling
goes
at
by
me.
Drew, do you go by Cass?
Yeah, I would go by Cass for sure. Yeah. That's fun too. It's my
I'm gonna nickname you all whether you like it or
Oh,
not.
yeah.
So whatever.
No, I think he totally would.
Just waving at people.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
So yeah, Cass is very relaxed personality. He's always smiling. He loves the noble game. He loves witty dialogue and bantering, dancing, singing. So he's very comfortable in high society. It doesn't stress him out at all. He just thinks it's a game that's fun. And but to relax, he will sneak off and just go play in a tavern around town or something. He plays 3 different instruments and sings, and so he'll sneak off and try to disguise himself. But mostly he follows Lucius around and does whatever Lucius wants, because he just wants to see. That's the most important thing to him, is seeing Lucius succeed.
And Lucius doesn't like to talk, so.
And Cass is very happy to talk. He'll
I'm already
say
enjoying
whatever.
the dynamics between each of your characters. I'm already seeing some things coming together.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, you guys are half brothers.
Yes.
Drew and Cass are half brothers.
Same mama.
Same mama. Okay. And then Kristen's character Lucius is
Uncle.
uncle.
Technically our uncle. We basically grew up as cousins, though. 'cause
Yeah.
She was like
yeah.
5.
The feeling is more of cousins.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because
Okay.
we're like 5 years apart. Because we're only like just about a year.
Yeah,
So, you know, she
Between
squeezed it out
10 and
fast.
12 months.
Yeah. So we're really tight. We've grown up. I don't know. We haven't talked too much about it, but for Cass, like, Drew's his little brother, basically.
Oh, yeah. It's replicated right back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just.
Awesome.
Cass is also very comfortable with anyone, too. Not in the way Mort is. Cass is just. He's just happy to be with anyone.
So you guys have probably seen each other then around some of the taverns, maybe, but maybe your character more would not have really necessarily known it was Cass. Sometimes at some of the bars where he's jamming out and trying to be disguised.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared if it was him
That's
or
what
not.
I'm
That's
saying.
kind of what I was
Because-
That's kind of what I was going
Because
at.
he's
Sorry.
not. He's like a second generation, so he's
Yeah.
not really on the list of like important people.
Yeah.
And even if I was like, I'm pretty sure it's that 𝙏𝙖𝙗𝐵𝐵𝐵 kid, I'd be like, cool for you. Like,
living your best.
enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Glad somebody's out here.
I like
You know?
it. We should probably talk. I've seen you mess around at bars a couple times.
She
Just
probably
watched.
knows that you're a 𝙏𝙗𝐵𝐵𝐵,
Yeah.
but
right.
doesn't really care who specifically you are.
I love it.
And what's fun now, Chris and I talked a little bit about this. We didn't get to talk too much, but when you guys were younger, I think Cass always would follow you guys around too. And he was the annoying like cousin that wouldn't go away. He's like too small to do anything.
And we were kind of
'Cause
besties when we were younger.
That's what I was
besties.
heading to.
Yeah.
Is we got some best friends here.
Yeah, we were like, because we grew up in the same neighborhood, district, community
Right.
area.
Correct.
We knew each other. We were kind of the same age at the parties.
Correct.
And so, like, probably around like 15, 16, we were like...
That's the point when they split?
Well, that was
kind of?
probably when we were like really close, and then shortly thereafter was when I
yeah.
got sent off to the military.
And that's
Mhm.
the only reason that you split was because you were sent off. No,
Yeah.
there's no bad blood, right?
No bad blood.
I love it.
We just,
Okay.
you know, family told me I had to go, and I was just then gone. Probably told Lucius,
Yeah.
you know, my family's shipping me off. They suck, you know, and then we just never talked for like 10 years.
And now you're back in town?
And now I'm back in town, but it's been so long that like didn't really seek each other back out because it'd been such a while.
Right. But
Mhm.
Lucius, you know that Moore is back in town.
Yeah.
Okay. I
would
just want
think
I want
so.
to
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just trying to connect all the dots and see how
Mhm.
it's going to come together.
Yeah, because I mean, and with everything you're doing, I would have heard and know basically what you're up to at this point.
Mhm.
You would have heard what I was up to at some point, so we
Yeah.
would have an awareness.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's been a
Drew would have
while.
Probably told Lucius a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a while, and it's like weird to just go seek somebody out.
Yeah, no,
and,
for
you know,
sure. I was
so.
just yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to, figure.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure our viewers and myself have it all puzzled together.
I like too, background wise, that Lucius probably, because Moore avoids a lot of the high society sort of stuff, probably anyways, that Lucius hasn't really interacted with Moore at all. But Drew, dealing with the mercenaries a lot, would have run across her.
Yeah.
Even just like
we
seeing-
haven't
even the
really
rumors.
been in the
Right.
same circles. Like our Venn diagram of where we would be now would be very small.
Yeah.
And then I've seen you, Cass has seen you in the taverns at some point or something.
Yeah.
Lucius wouldn't be there.
So
Right.
Drew heard the work, you heard the person.
Yes. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, probably.
Any other input you guys want to do about your characters? Anything you want to share with the viewers or myself at this point?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's pretty well covered. I mean, the bases are covered, the relationships are there, and it'll be exciting to see how it all comes together. Now, I'd like to share the image of the house.
Mm.
Now, jump in if something comes to your mind that you guys want to share with the viewers or myself. Let me know. So, this is the creature of 𝙏𝙬▨. House 𝙏𝙬▨.
It's cool looking.
I love this creature. The minute you guys chose it, I started getting giddy about it because obviously I enjoy buffalo and bison
And it has kind of like
steers.
a nautical feel to it with like a storm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
lightning, wind, kind of. Because you have to brand it with a specific rune. And the rune that we've chosen is kind of like a storm idea.
Yep.
So.
I love it.
Taking from the Navy background.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys didn't have to brand it, or is that your goal, is to brand it? Okay, I want to make sure I have that clear. So
Oh, yeah.
you're
It's gotta be a
capturing
mythology and
an
family.
Auroch
Yes.
and branding
And
it.
branding
Brand.
it.
Oh, I love it. I didn't
Yeah.
catch that.
Yeah,
And-
because you can choose what kind of brand. Yeah.
No,
you
I
wanna
love
do.
it.
Yeah.
So I had
you are correct.
I had a thing how it was branded already wrote out. So
Oh.
I'm so grateful you're doing it. So
Yes,
this is
yes.
exciting.
It's got to be in the mythology, maybe Lucius the First or something, or even older or something, was the first one to brand a bull with a storm rune.
That's so
and it's
cool.
a little ridiculous.
So I gotta share what I wrote.
Whether it's
Because
true or not, it will be in the mythology.
Yes, absolutely.
I just want to. I had it where this was part of a giant's herd, and it was a storm giant that branded it. But I like your way better.
That's what we'll tell everybody.
Exactly.
No, I love it. I'm excited. No. This is you guys are hunting a plain Auroch.
Yeah.
And you're gonna brand it yourselves. I love that. So that does. I don't want to get to it, but that is the direction. The first few sessions is going to be hunting and capturing an Auroch.
Mhm.
I'll be straightforward with it. Specifically for
The games.
the games.
Sick.
So, what is? I don't know how I missed that, but I'm so excited. Now I'm really
Sorry.
excited. No, I love it. I love it.
I
I'm,
realized I lost the music.
I'm
Carry
very
on.
excited about it. But we're gonna jump to the elven house that
There we
is
go.
called the house
The Gallandress.
Gallandress.
It's always gonna work now.
And for them, we picked the phase tiger, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'm bringing it up right now because instead of talking so much, I should have done that prior.
We're winging it. It's session 0.
Session
Yeah.
0. We're kind of just touching
Just
base.
hanging out.
Make sure we're all on the same page. So this is the phase tiger. Now, so far, these two creatures, the rune-branded Auroch and the phase tiger, are both from Battle Zoo Bestiary. Go check it out. Their product is awesome. They have a whole monster carving using the parts to create weapons and armor.
Mhm.
I use it because I have it for Pathfinder and 5th edition. I use it in a Pathfinder 2e game. It is awesome. I think Cody is in chat. He's one of my players that does part of it.
Hey, Cody. And check out our Druids table where we talk about it too.
Yeah.
We broke down
So-
some stuff.
Here is the phase tiger for the House of Gallandress. I'm doing it. We're doing it. We're going to get this right. We're going to get the names right. Very powerful, potent creature. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the creature battles. That does bring me right back to House 𝙏𝙬▨. I meant to ask you, are you guys catching more than one rune-branded Auroch?
I don't think so. That's not what I don't know. I imagine we find this is the
bull,
beast.
the
This
big-
is the thing.
I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we're on the same
Mhm.
page
And
then.
I was imagining that if your creature dies, you're just knocked out.
Okay. Yep.
So you only get one anyway.
One
or
beast to rule
whatever
them
that
all.
is.
Yes.
Awesome. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page before
Yeah.
I go killing your characters.
I choose you.
The Ash episode where he catches like 50 Taras.
So with that note, some metagaming stuff that's going to be happening as they make decisions around the creature-based decisions and things like that. Maybe they'll bring in help. I don't know. I'm leaving that roleplay up to them. There's ways they're going to be able to boost their creature. I'll leave that in your guys' hands as players. So, because obviously, if you look at CRs, the Phase Tiger is much stronger, but that creates the fun of
Whatever.
that creates the fun of, are we weakening the Phase Tiger or are we strengthening the Auroch? Are we doing both? And what does that look like? But that we'll get to later. But it's something as players I want you guys to be thinking about what that looks like.
If it has numbers, it could die.
Yeah, but if it has smaller numbers, it dies faster.
I love it. I very much love it. And then, so the next creature we have is for the upper house, Navarre. Navarre. Aha.
Mm.
We're getting it.
Oh yeah.
They chose the silk-tailed beetle, which I actually really enjoy. I'm grateful you chose it.
I have
And
no idea what the numbers are for it.
That's okay. You don't have to.
Okay.
No, that's perfect. I have to worry about that, not you.
I chose it on vibe.
Yeah. So I think it fits well. I actually really enjoy this creature. It has a very unique feel to it. Also another creature from Battle Zoo Bestiary. And I think it also fits and shows, if you were to look at it from a number standpoint, that House Navarre is not doing as well.
Nice.
So I think it fits
Mm-hmm.
that they are struggling, but they are still holding, even though this is the creature they chose and the creature they're using during the combat, it represents the truth, the numbers behind it all. So it's pretty and looks strong, looks scary, but is it?
Nice.
Slimy yet satisfying.
How big is it? Like, I don't actually know how big it is in scale.
Yeah, hold on, let me pull up the stats. It's actually a small creature, technically. So
Yeah.
So they probably have more than one. Probably many
like a swarm.
swarming it.
Yeah.
Is what I was thinking also. So I was gonna make a swarm of them. But yeah, probably, this big. Some will probably get to like this big, but nothing crazy.
Wait,
Okay.
is it size small or size tiny?
Oh, you are correct. It's size
'Cause it's
small.
like-
So
this
they're,
is-
yeah,
If
you're
this
right.
is tiny, that's a cat.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it's small, that's
Yeah, small is 3 foot. So I'm sorry, it's like this big,
Okay.
roughly. So yeah, big, massive house cat or one of those little dogs. So, but still rather not. I mean, compared to your Auroch, which is, if anybody's ever seen a buffalo or bison,
Yeah.
now add more
Right.
and storm. I love it. So those are the main creatures we're going to see. Now I'm going to showcase some of the other houses creatures later on during the stream, depending on what house you guys end up battling. I'm actually making a tournament bracket, English, based on who you guys are gonna, you guys are gonna kind of move. Think of a Knight's Tale when they start moving the brackets. So I at least want to put the creature that your creature beats, just to kind of have that thing, and then there'll be some trade and stuff like that too, and what you guys win or lose
you heard that right, viewers. We are in the tournament arc.
eventually. Oop, kick my mic. I think I that's all I really have. I mean, we'll get into the drama right away at session 1, but for session 0, we just wanted to cover what you guys are doing, the world, what's going on in the world. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Well, Moore's not gonna be here next week.
Well, I have that all figured out.
Okay. I'm just letting you guys know.
Yes.
Oh, the viewers, yeah. Sorry, Jake's got that figured out.
Well, we could say
Yes.
that. Yeah, general schedule. Of course, check I post on social media and everywhere, our calendar for what's going on. But yeah,
But
Alex
you'll see why as a
on trip.
character she's not
Yes.
there.
Yes. Not because we didn't want Alex there. She had to be away. And then end of the month. Normally we're playing weekly. If there's a 5th Wednesday, we won't play on the 5th Wednesday.
I have ideas for that too. We haven't talked.
We
Sorry.
will stream something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll be streaming something.
And then Alex and Compass are gone at the end of the month, so we won't be playing the last Wednesday since that's half the family.
And most of the muscle.
yeah, it's half
That's
the
the beer
muscle too.
talking.
Yeah, probably a touch more. I don't know. I haven't seen your stats yet.
I love it.
I'm stat as
but
a barbarian, so.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, we didn't really say class. I guess. What is Lucius?
Did you go with paladin?
I did not
Where'd you
go
go with
paladin.
fighter?
She's battle
I'm a
master.
variant human.
Fighter
Beast.
battle master.
What?
Fighter
Battle master.
That's
yes.
that's what I would have recommended.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
good choice.
It
That's gonna
seemed
fit well.
really-
Yeah.
So he does have a sword, and he also has a hammer
sword.
as well. So he can pull either out.
I think 2 axes too. I don't know. She was having
No,
fun.
not
buying
anymore.
it.
And you
Oh,
get,
no,
you
no.
get those fun superiority die.
Wait,
Yes,
You do.
Oh,
superior.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You get some cool stuff.
I do.
Oh, I guess I should let our viewers know. We are starting at level 3 with hopes to grow. We'll see what happens. I always have that. hope.
We always reject that.
They literally tell me no to level ups. Tell me why. I don't know, but I love it. Partially because I like doing roleplay for level ups, and if it doesn't fit right in the moment, we ain't gonna level up. But
Sounds good.
this one, I think there will be a smidgen. We'll see. At least in my mind, I see it happening that way. But we
Level
did
up our
level up characters.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, the Arok. Yeah, that's gonna level
if
up.
it doesn't evolve, I mean,
You know what? We should look into that.
You need an incubator, so it depends.
It grows tentacles.
You can expose it to a storm rune.
That's what I was saying. Yes.
done.
But it's gotta like us enough, or else it won't. It just won't.
Oh gosh.
It just won't.
All right, that is dove way too far. So
So
character
more
creation.
Is a barbarian,
Yep.
and then you guys. Did you say?
And then you're a fighter.
I was
battle
gonna get
master.
to that, but no, that's
Okay,
good.
okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. What is
I'm a rogue.
Drew is a rogue,
Mm.
and you mentioned
I'm a bard.
that you're a bard.
And your College of Lore.
College of Lore. Yeah.
What are?
I think inquisitive. I think that's
Okay.
what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm a berserker.
I love it. I'm excited to see how this comes together. The party is pretty well balanced overall. I think you guys did a good job.
Yeah, and magic is dumb, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed we all hate magic?
I'm not magical. I was just singing. Things happen.
But this is our
I know.
third story that we're like, no magic.
No magic.
Yeah, but I appreciate it because it really generates a fun story, and then when magic happens, it feels different.
One of these times we'll do a full magic party and just make your life nuts.
Yeah.
Actually, one of these times Dan has to play a wizard that literally like the spell components and all of that.
I would love to do
we
that.
gotta do
Yeah,
that.
for sure. No cheating with a guitar like I am now.
Yeah.
I do have the what's it called?
Are you gonna bring an instrument in?
No, I can't. I mean, I have a recorder somewhere.
I'll bring you a harmonica.
Huh? I love it. No, you should.
You just hold the harmonica, but just make the noises with your mouth.
Yeah. I like that.
That's so good. So with that said, when they built their characters, I told them to pick point buy because they're nobles. They can get trained. Really as simple as that. I prefer rolling the dice, but I think for this one, it really makes sense. Your parents can put you into whatever school you want to be in. So it made sense to me that you guys did point buy. I kind of think it fits that noble feel. What else did I tell you to do? I gave you gold. We can go over that later. Not enough. Listen, we can talk. I told you.
We'll talk later.
Good role play can get you what you want. I gave them a lot of gold at starting, okay? They want more.
We're rich people.
Jacob, I've never asked for items or loot in your games before in my life.
Now, you usually punish yourself.
I'm usually like, nah.
Yeah, you're usually like, no, take it away from me. Okay.
So can I cash in for the past 2 campaigns that I want my loot now?
We'll talk off screen. Without the other 3. No.
That's how it works, right?
Ask Austin how that works.
Yeah.
How many feet points? No, I'm just kidding.
I love it.
I love
Love
it
you,
too.
buddy.
He's the best. Yes. So on that note, next session, going back a little bit. Next session, Alex is not going to be here, but that's okay because she's not part of House 𝙏𝐼𝐗 yet. Kind of friends, but not branded. Right? We're branding each other. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's probably what we'll tell more, and she'd probably do it.
She probably would too. Oh my gosh.
Like, but then we'd be like, never mind. It's not fun if you want to.
I love it. So I see a lot of healthy roleplay that's going to happen here. I'm very excited about it. I don't have a whole lot else to give right now. Is there any questions from the viewers? I haven't been watching.
I think we've been answering most of them, but we could give them a minute or two here.
Okay, cool. What about players? Nothing else? Besides more money and more gear.
More money.
Cool. What is your expectation of magical items?
None.
Okay.
I wanted to buy stuff, but I don't have enough money.
Thank you. Now, Kristen, there is the coffers of 𝙏𝙗𝙗 that you could
Ooh.
tap into.
Ooh.
We could talk. I have gold numbers. Well,
I'll tell you the things that I was thinking of. Yeah.
Send me. I do want a wish list from each of the players for items and stuff because it allows me to entertain role play with that.
The mimic armor.
Mimic armor.
Yes. Wait, was it? Did I miss that?
Correct.
Oh.
Beware.
Oh,
I
that
don't
be.
know. I feel fine. Did you have?
It's like
lucky
Kirby.
on it?
Not really.
I invaders in.
We're
I
simple
imagine
men.
the mimic armor
please.
just being like a dog suit that Gur
I
wears.
realized the
Yes.
problem. I think we should separate them.
Oh my
Just
god.
kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, it'll be left. Yeah. So I guess that
House
is.
alignment.
Are we?
I
doing-
think we were going to go with the whole edicts and anathemas and not really dwell on alignment. Was that right?
Mhm.
Yes, we are definitely not.
Yeah, I would say we're probably just in the like, for most of the houses that we are personally dealing with, I think they're leaning towards lawful-ish neutral,
Yeah.
just
I would
in
agree with that.
general.
Mhm.
But that's not very specific. So we kind of
Right.
were like, don't dwell on it.
Yeah, I mean, do nobles really stick with what? Never mind.
Well, you see, there's different types of nobles.
Right.
Are there?
Oh, yes.
It's really just a title you buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Reputation's what you paid for it.
Yeah. You see, these people who have skill just don't have enough money.
Or parts.
But you're not even saying that as your character, because your character.
My character wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm talking for my character.
Right.
over here.
Yeah. Right.
Come on.
I'm trying to get the
Come
mix
on,
here.
let's go.
Well, before we get into the roleplay, was there any other questions on the chat? I'm not watching it.
No, I think
I think they're good. So we clearly nailed this, and perfect session 0.
perfect.
I think so. I mean, we already know our lines we don't cross. We know where to fade to black if we need to. I plan
Mom doesn't.
easy there, Tiger.
Oh, my word.
Now we're getting into spicy content. It's a little early yet.
Is there monster equipment?
Yes. You want
my
that.
word.
I think
It's
that
a
would be
chat
really
question.
cool.
Oh, I'm
It is
sorry.
a chat question, but I was thinking that as well.
Oh, I missed it. 'cause
I thought you
oh
were
my gosh,
asking me,
the
so I was
girls want more
excited.
stuff.
Because I love the idea that because in this world that is the thing, is you're building stuff out of these monster parts that I feel like us as nobles would have these things.
So
like,
I don't know. I might have just said it to Dan. I thought I said it to all of you. I do want a list of like monsters that you would have hunted
Oh, cool. Okay.
or sought to hunt. You know, because like any nobles, they go out hunting for their stags and stuff like that. You know, your armor and equipment can be based off of your favorite monster that you hunted. So yes,
Yes,
a
yeah.
Rex, absolutely a monster hunter.
Maybe an
style.
aura.
Or they can't.
Right. Well, not, seriously though, you know. But also, my mind went to equipping your creature with armor and weapons.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
2, why not?
Oh,
An
okay.
auroch in an auroch skin.
With a scorpion tail. I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
I have no idea. I'm
And
just
then
throwing
mimic chest plate.
stuff.
Other question: are we doing accents?
We do silly voices. That's the whole thing. Of course. We
Yeah.
Do
Yeah, we're doing accents.
accents. Jake will be doing all the accents. Every NPC has to
I'm-
be from a different country.
I'm gonna try. We'll see how this goes.
It'll be
I will
great.
butcher it, and it's gonna be beautiful. That's why it's silly voices.
Silly voices.
We had this
yes.
conversation.
We don't claim to be professionals. We're just having fun.
We're professional dungeon masters, but
Yes,
we
yes.
are not professional voice actors.
I feel like we're
Well, I'm not.
leaning British.
Oh yeah, it's nobles.
so.
We're
Yeah,
obviously
nobles.
going to be
Yeah.
British.
I know.
We are leaning the
That's
British
the
route.
goal.
That's the goal.
Yes. Vaguely Hollywood British.
What's funny is that the Cullens are actually kind of like Scottish inspired. So
Colin Moors, yeah.
The Moors, sorry.
Colin's
Colin
the
Moore
one
and
guy.
then-
Yeah.
yeah.
The Moors are very Scottish or Irish Celtic.
Did you write that down?
No,
don't
but
think
all
we
their
did.
names are Irish.
You don't have to
Do what you will. Do what you will.
Everybody's British.
Everybody's British. I didn't necessarily mean they had to have
No,
Irish accents.
you're good, you're good.
But more
I'm
like
teasing you.
their feel. Yeah, I wanted to
It
throw
just
in.
sounds so sophisticated.
Yeah.
Not when I do it. Who's that hillbilly doing English accents?
Sounds great.
Yep. All right. So, that is. I honestly, I know it's a bit early, but session 0.
No, that's right, because we will be recording some stuff for the official trailer after we leave stream. So
Right.
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. We'll get it done.
Pretty excited. So, chat, thank you so much for being here. I
Yes.
really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Remember, you are the crowd. The more hype you do, the crazier things are going to get. Or maybe you're the fly on the wall, or maybe you're just an ongoer at the ball, but you're there. You're watching it happen.
I mean, maybe if they yell loud enough in chat, they can like affect things.
Yo, that would
Maybe
be so
they could
fun.
spike a drink.
If
Just saying.
I'll throw this out as a maybe. It's a question mark because that's where I live. Because I'm trying to get. I haven't successfully gotten to restreaming to Rumble. On Rumble, we do have access to super chats. Maybe that could have an effect on the story.
I personally would love that.
Jake
I've
would
been
love
been asking Dan for that for a long time. So
I'm gonna try.
not that he's told me no.
No,
He said we're
it's-
trying.
Yeah, it's just technology. So hopefully, session 1, I'll have time to do a full experiment and have it restream. So we'll see what happens.
See what happens.
See how you can mess with us.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Be careful who you generate hate with out there in the world. It may come back to bite you. Awesome.
All right.
I think I'm good.
Is that it?
Cool.
I think we did it.
Awesome. Thank you
Alright.
guys.
Thanks for
Yeah.
hanging out.
There we go. This has been another fantastical episode of AfterQuest and Avenue Studios production. Do give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to follow the adventure, and you can further support us and become a part of the ever-growing force known as Avenue Studios by joining our locals or Patreon community. Doing so not only helps us continue to create high-quality content, but you'll also gain access to bonus content, as well as our private Discord where you can chat with us, play games, watch movies, and so much more. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for the sound, music, and ambience that we use. And I'll add in 𝙈𝙪𝙙𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐷𝐸 Bestiary after the stream and a couple other things. Forgotten Realms for some artwork that Jake uses sometimes too. Check all the
Forgotten
links.
Adventures.
We got a lot of cool people in there. And thank you so much for joining the adventure. We will see you next time. All right, bye.
See ya.